Morning guys, welcome back. Well, a lot of things has happened here in regards to hiking and backpacking. The weather still has been horrible, and as you might tell from my voice, I've been pretty sick as well, still got a pretty severe cold. So we had to cancel some trips, first because of the weather, and last week Ravi and I should have been hiking 4 days in the Dutch mountains region, but unfortunately we had to cancel that one as well, which was a real bummer. I was really sad about that one because that was supposed to be one of our most beautiful trips of this year. Because I was sick, but also there were pretty severe rain forecasted, storm, thunder, and I heard later that weekend that one of the campsites that we had booked had been evacuated because of actual floodings. So at the end it turned out that was a good decision, because once the campsite is evacuated you cannot take your gear. I can take Ravi, but I cannot take my gear. So that meant probably that if we would have been backpacking there last week, that we probably would have lost a lot of our gear because it would have been flooded. So it was a good decision, but it really hurt, because when Ravi and I did our first backpacking trip of the season in Sint Antonis, halfway April, we were so positive that the backpacking season of this year could start early, but since then nothing has happened, and it's 25th of May today, and as you can see, the pack is fully loaded. We do have a trip planned. I am making my intro at home instead of out on the trail, because I do not know how things are going to be ending up, because we are going to hike in an area that's called the Strabrechtse heide, and that area seems to be flooded as well in a lot of parts. So I don't know if we are even going to get through, and if we are going to reach our campsite, and if we do, if we are able to set up camp because of all the water. I don't know how wet it is over there. So it's going to be a sort of a challenge today, a tryout, and we are not going to be alone. Ravi and I, we have a friend with us this weekend, and it's a former colleague of mine from the outfitter. We both are not working there anymore, but hey buddy. But it turned out that we live literally around the corner of each other and both love backpacking, so we're going to give it a try and going to do an overnighter together. Like I mentioned, we're going to see how this is going to end up, but we're going to take you along, and hopefully on 2 days, but we will see when we are out there on Strabrechtse heide. Let's go. And it's raining again. Of course, what else are we getting here in the Netherlands, right? We don't even know what the sun is anymore. But it's not too bad so far. The trails are doable, although when I look in front of me, right over there, it doesn't look very bright. So we're going to survival through that one and then see if we can come a little bit further, and hopefully it will stop raining as soon as we are at camp, because it's always nicer to set up everything without rain than within rain. Well, you can obviously see how much it has rained here, because those ponds, that side and here behind me, are usually not here. Well, that was a bit of a challenging part of the trail. There was a lot of flooding, so we had to skip some paths and search for another one. But we also almost made it to camp, so at least we made it through day one. There was some pretty heavy rain on the go when we were sitting in that little shelter, so timing was good. So we stayed nice and dry, especially for Ravi. I do prefer that. We are now almost at the campsite. It's called Wonderwoods, and if you ask me, I think it's quite a magical place. So the name Wonderwoods does it justice. We're going to set up tent there, and if we are able to, because it is so wet, so fingers crossed that we will be. Otherwise we have to call it a day and call our taxis back home in case my mom and in case of my colleague, her boyfriend. But we will see. I think it will be doable. Otherwise I think the campsite owner would have called us this morning. So we're going to check in there and see you then. In my gear list I did mention that Ravi had the roughest sleeping pad, but I found this one yesterday at the dog event. We were at the dog event in Dortmund, the Dogs and Fun. Look how small it is. It was very lightweight, and I can clip it to the pack as well in case I need it during the hike or something. So that's what Ravi is going to try. It's nice to see whether that works or not. Otherwise this is going to be his sleeping bed for this season, because it has an insulating layer in it, so that's why I really preferred it. The lady at the booth did explain it without knowing that we were backpacking, and she said, well, I don't know if that's the kind of mat that you need. And then I said that we were backpacking, and then she said, well, this might be perfect for you, so I'm going to give it a try. Well, I think this was quite a good day. It's always a bit of a struggle or a bit more difficult to find out what to do or what to say when you are spending your time out in the outdoors with other people. But I think it worked out well today. I didn't talk a lot on video, so sorry for that, but next time when Ravi and I are out alone again, we will definitely talk a little bit more as well. I think I'm in the... No, I was in the zoom out mode. So yeah, it was a good day. It was a beautiful trail. A shame that it was so wet that we have to skip parts of the trail that we had planned. So it turned out that it'd be a little bit shorter than our planning was. It was about 11 kilometers to have it planned, and turned out that it was 7.3 kilometers. So yeah, that was a little bit shorter, and probably tomorrow the same will happen, because then we have to go to the other part of the Strabrechtse heide. So finding our way there, well, we'll be picked up again after the hike, but that's for tomorrow. We found quite a dry spot. We should actually be camping on that side. So right here behind me on the open field, but you can swim over there. So we decided to put up the tents over here. Mine's over here. From Helen is right here behind the pile of wood. No, I don't think you can see it, but we have found a good place here, and we had a nice dinner. And yeah, I think we're going to take it easy tonight, read a little bit, and then get in our tents in a few hours. It's about 8 o'clock now in the evening. So yeah, we made a good day out of it, and well, we will see you again tomorrow. Good night. I have an update in regards to my previous sleeping pad, by the way, the Nemo Tensor that popped out of nothing the last time I used it. That was the first time that I actually used it, and in the middle of the night it just popped. And first I thought that Ravi did it with his nails, but when I got back home I saw that the part where it popped, so the ripped part, was totally straight and exactly on a seam. So after that I thought, no, it's not Ravi's fault, because I thought that Ravi moved, jumped up from something, popped the mat, and then it got empty. But now I think it's the other way around. I think the mat just popped, and that's what scared Ravi. So no matter left or right, it was not Ravi's fault, as they also thought in the store. And I went back with it and sent them some photos, and it turned out they wanted to replace it, but I said, yeah, I already have a new mat, because I was in the middle of a trip, so I got me a new sleeping pad straight away. So then they said, well, then we are going to give you a gift card from the same amount that you paid for the sleeping pad, and you can spend it on whatever you like in our store. So that was really well solved by that shop, and I got some nice new clothes from that one for brands like Patagonia and Mammoth. So usually I cannot afford them, so it was really nice to shop a little bit of unlimited, so to say, because those mats obviously are not cheap. So that was really nice and really well solved. And now is going to be my first night on the Rap, the Ultrasphere. So I'm going to see how I like that one, just to be sure. I got little socks for Ravi, and we will see if we keep using them. But for now, I think that's the best solution. And yeah, we're going to sleep for now. So good night. Good morning, guys. Welcome to day 2. So let me show you around camp a little bit before everybody wakes up. Here we've got the little chickens. And this is an overview of the campsite. All those tents and everything that you can see, they are available for rent. Not with a dog, so when you're coming with a dog, you have to book one of the spots for the camper vans that they have. We have booked them as well, but you can also go there with your tent. That over there is the sauna. That's free to use. You only have to buy it for the wood. Here you've got the toiletry or the toilet facilities. And those are the most luxurious I've ever seen. At least on a campsite. Look how beautiful. In how far, of course, a bathroom can be beautiful. So usually you can set up everywhere where you want, but it's really wet here, so therefore we are at the site. Here you have some picnic benches where you can sit, a fire pit where you can make a campfire in the evening or do some barbecuing. And here you've got the outdoor kitchen, which you can all use, all the facilities here. Refrigerator and everything, so that's really luxurious even if you are here with a dog. Herbs that you can use. There are free eggs from the chickens that are running around here, so you can use those. And here you have a nice overview again. So that was our little camp for this night called Wonderwoods. I would link down in the info box below in case you are interested of going here as well one day. It's located in the village of Lierop, which is a little bit southeast from the city of Eindhoven in the Netherlands. Oh, and this is their group accommodation, so if you are searching for an accommodation to stay with the entire family, that's an option as well. And over here you have the restaurant. You might have seen it yesterday, a little bit of a shot where we took something to drink when we arrived here. It's officially not part of the campsite, but obviously you can use it, and they do work together because the owners of the campsite also work here in the restaurant, or at least can be found here in the restaurant. They actually call it a forest cafe, and it's really nice. We already knew this place, and from this place on we have seen Wonderwoods being built, and therefore I got really interested in there, and I sent them an email last year. I see that you have spots of camper vans, can I also come with a tent? And they said of course you can, so that's how we ended up here. And luckily, because of the weather, we have been able to complete the whole overnight trail. I hope that you liked it. It was a little bit of a different video because it always asks for a little bit of an adjustment when you are backpacking with somebody else. But I hope that I could create a nice video anyway. If you like this video, give us a like, subscribe to the channel and notify the alarm bell. And then as always, enjoy the outdoors. We'll catch you on the next trail. Goodbye.